Hi guys, welcome back to Graceful Beauty. My name is Sherry and today I just wanted to share with you a little get ready with me featuring some makeup that I already own and love, as well as a couple new items that are fairly inexpensive that I wanted to try out. And even though it's evening, since I always wear sunscreen underneath my makeup, I thought I would still put on my Paula's Choice. This is the SPF 30. It's an essential glow, but it's a moisturizer also, so this is perfect for wintertime. I've talked about this in other videos. But this is really good in the wintertime if your skin's a little more dry and you want a little moisture, but you want a sunscreen and a moisturizer all in one. And this is also a physical sunscreen. For primer, I want to use my favorite. I always go back to this. I've tried so many different primers, but I constantly go back to this one. This is by Hourglass. This is their Ambient Light Correcting Primer in Mood Light. Before I apply makeup, I always like to apply a thin layer of my City Lips lip gloss. This is their plumping lip gloss, but it's more of a lip treatment. It's not like those plumping ones that burn or sting your lips. For my foundation, I'm just using what I pretty much use all the time. This is my It Cosmetics CC Cream, and this is original. And this is a mixture of the medium tan with the medium. So I'm actually filming at our other house and the lighting probably looks different. I don't know if it looks too dark or bright or what it looks like, because all I brought with me was the camera, of course, and just the ring light. And normally at home I film, we live on the beach, and I film with the windows open, so I have, you know, it's a brighter room. It's actually evening here right now. So all I have on is a bedroom light and then the ring light, but I don't have the ring light turned up much because you guys know that watch my videos, I get migraines, especially with bright lights, so I can't have the lighting up that high. For concealer, I'm gonna go back to my Tarte Shape Tape. I love the coverage of this. I just don't like how it makes my under eyes look dry and cracky. So I'm gonna mix it with some of my Color Science 3-in-1. This is an amazing, it's an SPF 35, I think. Yeah, this is an SPF 35. It's a really good eye cream. It moisturizes your under eyes. It also brightens your under eyes. I keep this in my purse and I use it midday. And if I mix a little of my Tarte Shape Tape with it, it makes it a little more moisturizing so it doesn't look so cracky. And it looks like I have a ton on, but I really don't. It's because the Color Science is just very emollient. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of concealer. This is my all-time favorite concealer by Clé de Peau. You can see all the powder. I'm using my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores today, but I'm trying to get it out without making a mess. For my bronzer today, since I have it out, I actually was going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs. This is their Tantastic Bronzer. I do really like this bronzer. I didn't think I would. I've had this for a little while. I think I may have talked about it in another video. I'm not sure yet. Sometimes I'll use this big fluffy brush here and then almost just use it as a powder because it's mattifying, but not in a way that makes you look dry and, you know, cakey. So even if you have dry skin, this is a beautiful bronzer. But if you like a really intense, you know, chiseled out bronzer, then you're not going to like this. This is a nice natural bronzer. I just kind of put it all over just to warm it up. And then if I want to do a little bit of contouring, I'll just use a smaller brush. This is just a highlighter brush, but I use it for bronzing my cheeks. If you wanted to add a little bit more to define your cheekbones, then you could do that as well. And if you wanted to do down the nose, I just pinch the brush. For blush today, I'm going to use one of my favorites that I rarely reach for. I don't know why, but now I have it in my daily makeup bag. This is by It Cosmetics. It's their Bye Bye Pores. It's in Naturally Pretty. Even though I've already put blush on, I always top it with this beautiful blush by Milani. It's called Delicioso Pink. It is not sold in stores. This one's broken. I have a couple backups. Not sure if you can really even see this color, but it's just such a beautiful pink. Okay, so I'm just putting on a little bit of eye primer. This is by Too Faced, the Shadow Insurance, and this will just help so that my eyeshadow will stay on a little bit better. For my brows, I'm just going to use my favorite brow pencil by Rimmel. So somebody left a comment on another one of my videos telling me that I need to stop drawing my eyebrows so arched because they said I look stiff or something like that. I don't know. But that's all they said. They didn't say anything nice. That's pretty much the only comment that they left. But, you know, hey, when you put yourself out there on YouTube, you know, you're open to people leaving you any type of rude comment. So I also have a lot of people saying that they can tell that I've had work done to my face and that I've had surgery because they can see the scar on my neck. I mean, never heard of a facelift that, you know, where they cut your neck open. But anyways, in case anybody is wondering, because I feel like I leave a lot of the same comments to those people that, you know, and some people are very nice when they ask me. Not everyone is rude. Some people just, you know, out of curiosity, we want to know, you know, if somebody's had some kind of some work done to their face. So anyways, to address my eyebrows, the reason my eyebrows seem more arched than normal is because I did get Botox, but not Botox for cosmetic reasons. You guys, if you watch my channel, you know I talk about it often. I suffer from migraines, and after, you know, I had a neck surgery many years ago, and I'm very sensitive to bright lights, so I can't have bright lights on all the time. I don't draw my eyebrows this way, even without makeup on my brows. My brows are very arched anyways. Well, when you get Botox for migraines, it's like 31 or 33 injections, but they don't do it all over your face. I get, I don't know, a few here, and he mainly goes up here, but then the rest of them are on the sides of my head, the back of my head, down my neck, and in my shoulders. Well, the ones, I saw a brand new neurologist this time that did the injections, and what happens is when they put more Botox around here, and they don't do any out here, so you can see where I have a lot of lift here, but not a whole bunch of lift here. So what happens is it allows this part to lift, and then this part kind of stays still. So when I lift up my brows, that's why it looks like that. So it makes them look more arched. It's an easy fix. You know, you can go back in and then have the doctor put a little Botox here so I don't have that, you know, massive lift here. But honestly, it wears off in a few months, and I'm just too lazy to go back, and honestly, I really don't care. So, but I don't intentionally draw them up like that. I call them Jack Nicholson eyebrows whenever I have it done. But like I said, some neurologists, they'll do it nicely and they'll make it go even across so that I have proper lift all the way across. But I've had it done maybe, you know, 10 years ago when I would get Botox for migraines, and the doctor would put so much right here in the center of my forehead, and so I had no lift here, but this part was always just so lifted. And literally, I would be so mad, but you couldn't tell I was mad because my brows were so lifted. Anyways, for those of you that wonder, yes, I have gotten Botox, but I get it on a regular basis for my migraines. And I did get this line. I talked about this in another video, but I can still see this line. I did get this done back in July or August, so you know, Botox wears off in about 3 months, 4 months. As far as other work that I've had done, I've never had anything else done. I've never had fillers. I know a lot of people keep asking if I've had fillers, but I just have naturally puffy cheeks. And if I would lose a little bit more weight, then of course, you know, my cheeks aren't as puffy, but I have high cheekbones anyways. So I have gotten Botox, but I've never gotten Botox around my eyes. I've only, every time I've ever gotten it, for cosmetic, I only got this little line done right here. I've never done here, here, here. I've never done any of that. I would like to look into fixing this side of my lip since this lip is shorter than this one, but I'm afraid that my lips will look puffy and funny, so I don't know. That's something I might look into within the next year, but I've never had any cosmetic surgeries. The only surgery I've ever had in my entire life is this one on my neck, and this was a spinal surgery. Okay, my eyebrows are looking a little crooked, but that's okay because they say your eyebrows aren't twins, they're sisters, but they are going to the same party. So I think they sort of look like they're going to the same party. So now I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. This is a brand new Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette that I just got today. I love these little eyeshadow palettes by Wet n Wild. These are great if you're a beginner, or, you know, some of the really big eyeshadow palettes can be overwhelming because you're not really sure what shades to blend, where do you put the transition, where to do your crease, where to, you know, do the outer V, and all of that can be overwhelming, but these are perfect because this tells you this is your transition shade. It says this is your crease shade, and I use this for my outer V also. This is your lid shade, and this is for your brow bone. And I just love the layout of these and the color choices that they put in these little palettes. So I'm just going to use this first shade right here with a fluffy brush, and I probably put too much in. And I'm just going to kind of put this in my crease right here. But I've talked about this in other videos that when I do my eyeshadow, you know, I used to bring it out here. So I spoke to a makeup artist who said, don't bring your eyeshadow all the way out here, because what happens when you have mature eyes, and I have these hooded lids where the skin sags over, and what happens if you bring your eyeshadow out here when you're more mature, it pulls everything down. And the last thing we want when we're aging is to have our eyes look like they're being pulled down and look older than we are. So we want everything to look lifted. So he said a really easy trick is just to draw an imaginary martini glass. So the glass goes here, and that's the shape that you want to do your eyeshadow in. This is just like a really pretty, kind of like a rose brown, but it's a light enough shade where it just kind of adds a little bit of a shadow and it'll make it look like you have a deeper crease. Now, I'm bringing it down a little bit more onto my eyelid, but normally when I demonstrate it, I just kind of put it right here to make an imaginary crease, since my crease is actually down here. But I don't want to start my crease down here because then it's not going to look like I even have on eyeshadow when I open my eyes. So I'm just kind of drawing out that martini glass shape, going up and over, and then just using the fluffy brush and blending it. I'm going to switch brushes actually. I want to use this one. This is better for the crease. It's smaller, but it's just a little fluffy crease brush. And this way I can be more precise and draw exactly where I want my crease to be. Then I'm going to take this inexpensive e.l.f. brush. I think this was like $1 or $2. This is a perfect brush for your crease and the outer V. And I'm going to use this darker shade right here. So I'm just going to deepen up my crease and then draw this little outer V. And when you have hooded and crepey eyes, sometimes I don't like to rub the whole time. Sometimes I just like to pick up a little bit of the eyeshadow and then I just kind of like to press it where I'm going to be placing it. And then I like to take a clean blending brush and blend that out afterwards. Now normally on my lid I like to do a lighter shade so it actually brightens up the eye, but I'm going to use this shade that they're saying goes on the eyelid. This has a hint of a shimmer. It's very pretty. It's kind of like a taupey shimmer, so I'm just going to see what that looks like. Then I'm just going to take this taupey shimmer that goes on the lid and I'm just going to put a little bit of this underneath my eye. I don't like to ever put super dark underneath my eye because I feel like the older I get, when I use something too dark, I feel like it pulls my eyes down and makes them look smaller and older. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this dark shade right here and then I'm just going to add a little bit of that on the outer edge underneath my lower lash line and just kind of connect it with the shape of that martini glass. You know, there's like very little fallout. I'm just going to take this really light shade that goes under the brow bone. I'm just going to try it under the brow bone, but I usually don't like to use a shimmer under my brow bone anymore. Let's just see what it looks like. It's shimmery, but it's actually not too shimmery. It looks kind of pretty, but since I talked about my brows earlier, if I put something super light here, it will make them look more arched. So I don't like to use super light shadow right here. But if you are trying to make your brows look more lifted, use a light shimmery like a white or a cream, something like that right underneath this part of your brow and it'll lift your eye up. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this on the inner corner. And this will help brighten up. I think what I want to do so that it's just not as dark on my eyes, I'm actually going to put a little bit of this light color on my actual lid. Ooh, I spread too much of it. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this transition color and I just want to blend a little bit more of these to make them mesh together better. And then just kind of blend it all out so it's not a harsh line. For my eyeliner, on my inner waterline, I want to brighten it up a little bit since the inside of my eyes look a little red. This is one of my favorite ones by Maybelline, and it's just an inner rim liner, and it just helps to brighten up the bottom. Like, so if you ever wake up and your eyes are red and you want to look a little more awake, put a lighter color. You can do white or anything like that. I feel like white looks a little too unnatural, but this is more of like a skin tone color, but it has just a little bit of shimmer, but no glitter, because you know I wouldn't want to put glitter in my eyes. And I probably should have sharpened it before I stuck it in my eyes. For my eyeliner, I'm going to use one of my favorites. And I'm not putting eyeliner all the way up here, because when you have hooded eyes and you don't have much eyelid space, if you put a thick layer of eyeliner when you open your eyes, all you see is black or brown, whatever color you use right here. So I'm basically just putting the liner in between my eyelashes just to kind of darken up the base of my lashes. And I'm not going to do like a wing, but I just want to kind of bring it up instead of pulling it down. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Just going to curl my lashes. This is my all-time favorite eyelash curler. This is perfect when you have small beady eyes like I do. It gets all of my eyelashes. For my mascara, I like to mix two of them. Now you guys know I normally only wear this one, the Maybelline Full and Soft. It gives me super long, voluminous lashes, and I love because they stay soft, not crunchy afterwards. But I like to mix my Stila Huge. This one gets kind of gloppy sometimes. And then I put the Maybelline Full and Soft over top. And I don't wait for it to dry. While it's still wet is when I take my Maybelline Full and Soft and go over top. And then I'm only putting the Maybelline Full and Soft on the bottom. For my lips today, since my eyes are a lot darker than I normally would wear them, I think I want to wear something a little bit lighter, but we'll see. First I'm going to try my Too Faced lip liner. I think it's called Perfect Spice. Honestly, I don't even know if they sell this anymore. I've had this for a while, and when I was clearing out old makeup, I saw it and, you know, I probably should throw it out, but it doesn't like have mold or anything on it, so I figured I would continue to use it. If you have dark lips like me, this one called Perfect Spice, and my favorite one by Estee Lauder, I think it's called Spice and Estee Lauder, those are perfect to just kind of overline your lips a little bit but still look sort of natural. I cannot wear Pillow Talk. It literally is lighter than my lips when I put it on, and I feel like it's a little too pink for me, so I want to put just a smidgy of my Estee Lauder and Brick on the very bottom lip. Then I'm just going to blend it. I can't read what this one is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is one of her newest ones, and I'll link it down below. This is one of my favorites by her. It's a matte, but I don't typically like matte lipsticks. It's more of a creamy matte. And it's too orange for this look that I'm going for, so let's blot it. And I don't feel like taking it off, so what I'm going to do is try to add a little bit of a lighter lipstick over top. This is my all-time favorite by NYX. It's their Ombre Lip Duo. And I will link it down below because it's not sold in stores anymore. I wanted to try this Milani Keep It Full. I have every single shade in this, but this is one that I actually did not like when I first got it, because when I tried it on plain, it looked a little, you know, splotchy on my lips, but it's such a light sheer color, and I think it always looks really pretty over top of a lipstick. But what I love is it's so shiny. I mean, look how shiny this is. Okay, and then I wanted to try one more lip gloss. I just wanted to see what they look like. This is one by Laura Geller. This is one of my favorites. And it's got a little bit of sparkle to it. Yeah, I think I might like this one better. Since I feel like I can see my pores still, I am going to put on one of my favorites. This is by Mally Beauty. It just basically fills in your pores. And you don't rub it on your face, you just press it. And I don't know if you can even tell, but we'll do my forehead first. And then how it just kind of airbrushes the look of the face and takes away a lot of that shine, and it helps to take away, you know, your pores. But what I love about it, I can put this right up underneath my eyes and it's not drying like a powder is, but it just helps to minimize your pores, it airbrushes your face, and it doesn't mess up your makeup either. So this was mainly the reason why I wanted to do this video, because I really wanted to try this new eyeshadow palette by Wet n Wild. If you're looking for something that's inexpensive, I think this is a really, really pretty palette, but I think it's perfect for a nighttime look. And you can even go darker than what I did. I just really tried to blend it out as much as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel but you would like to be, just look down below and tap on that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified every time I post a new video, don't forget to tap on that little notification bell as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a safe and happy new year.